For years, I sat at the edge of an ocean of ideas. Every day, countless waves of creativity crashed just inches from my reach, and yet I remained stagnant, immobilized by fear and doubt. I dreamed of writing books and stories, of inspiring the world with words, but there was always a formidable force holding me back. It wasn't until I confronted this force, my own personal enemy, that my life began to change. This is the story of how I overcame what I now know to be my greatest adversary. Resistance. It started on a dreary afternoon. I was seated at my old, cluttered desk, surrounded by crumpled papers, half-written scripts, and a flickering belief that maybe I wasn't cut out to be a writer. The rain pattered against the window, mirroring the dismal rhythm of my own thoughts. "Why even bother?" I muttered. "It's not like anything I write is ever going to be good enough." The voice of resistance was ever so persuasive, whispering its sweet, poisonous lullabies of doubt into my ears. "You're right," it cooed. "Why not just relax, watch some TV or scroll through your phone? Writing is hard and you deserve a break." That day, however, something inside me snapped. Perhaps it was the relentless gray of the afternoon or the mounting frustration of my unfulfilled dreams. For the first time, I talked back. "No," I said defiantly, though only the empty room could hear me. "Not today." I forced my hands back to the keyboard, my fingers tapping against the keys with mechanical indifference. It wasn't easy. Every word felt like lifting a boulder. With each sentence, resistance pushed back harder. But I continued. Hours passed. The rain stopped. And slowly, the daunting weight of each word began to lessen. I was breaking through something, though I hadn't yet understood what days turned into weeks. I established a routine, a small ritual before sitting down to write. A cup of coffee, a few deep breaths, and a verbal pledge to fight resistance. It was during these moments of daily recommitment that I realized resistance was more than just a lack of motivation. It was fear. Fear of failure, of judgment, of not being enough. Armed with this new understanding, I changed my approach. I didn't just fight against resistance, I acknowledged it. "I see you," I'd say. "I know you're scared. I am too. But we're going to work through this together." If acknowledging its existence diminished its power, writing began to flow more freely. Ideas that once seemed barricaded behind mental blocks now cascaded like that rain against my window pane one particular evening. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across my room, I completed my first manuscript. It was no masterpiece, but it was mine, wrought from the depths of my perseverance. Holding those pages, I felt an overwhelming rush of victory, not against an external critique or adversary, but against my own internal barriers. I started sharing my writings, not just through manuscripts, but through online platforms. With every story I posted, I faced a new wave of resistance, but now I was familiar with this enemy. With familiarity came strategy, and with strategy came strength. One morning, I received an email from a reader. "Your story gave me the courage to start painting again," it read. "I've fought the same battles you have, and I just wanted to say thank you for not giving up." Tears blurred my vision. It wasn't just about writing anymore. It wasn't about battling resistance just for the sake of creation. It was about connection, about breaking through walls not only within oneself, but within others too. Now, as I sit here sharing this with you, I realize that our lives are filled with unseen battles. We all face our own forms of resistance, trying tirelessly to keep us from our potential. Yet, it is precisely through these battles that we discover our true strength. So, my question to you is this: what's stopping you? What form does your resistance take? More importantly, what might happen if, starting today, you decide to fight back? Remember, the act of facing resistance is not just about achieving your dreams, it's about reclaiming your life.